Alright, today is a really exciting episode because I'm going to be talking all about portable systems. So keep watching. Okay, I'm going to shove over now here so you can see picture in picture, and I'm going to show you all of the portable game systems in really no particular order that I could possibly remember. Starting with Game Boy, of course, then we'll go down to Atari Lynx. We all remember Atari Lynx, right? The most expensive portable video game system ever, the Turbo Express. That's the one where you actually put TurboGrafx 16 games into it and play it. Well, it's funny because it was like $400 or $500 when it first came out, and it was a small period of time when it was cheap. And now all of a sudden on eBay it's ridiculous $400 or $500 again because it's a collector's item. So that's funny. I find that funny. History has repeated itself with TurboGrafx 16. Anyway, Game Gear's next from Sega, of course. First color, lit screen, portable system. Love Game Gear. Okay, next we have the Sega Nomad. It's a real rare item that was a portable Sega Genesis. You could just plug the original Sega Genesis cartridges into it. And another thing about the Turbo Express and Game Gear is they both had TV antenna tuners that could go on top of it, and you could actually get a broadcast into a TV station and actually watch TV on them too. It was really innovative for its time. Neo Geo Pocket. Yep, Neo Geo even actually tried to get into the portable era. It had some cool games for it too. I owned it, I liked it, great price. I'm sorry they just didn't continue with it. Game Boy Advance and that stupid phone N-Gage. And that's pretty much it for all of the portable systems that I could possibly remember. And now we'll get to current. Okay, now it boils down to the age-old question of which one is better. Well, it all depends on your situation, all depends on your lifestyle. I mean, maybe you're on a bus ride, you're gonna want the DS. Oh my god. Maybe you're listening to a boring sermon in Sunday church, then you want the PSP.
Jesus!
Okay, let's travel back to 1989, shall we? When the very first portable Nintendo ever came out, and that was Game Boy, the original. That's right, I don't have any of my original Game Boys, and it's pretty difficult to get one on eBay that's not scratched and totally messed up because they have been played to death. But it was a huge success for Nintendo when it came out. It was one of the very first portable systems to have interchangeable cartridges. Until then, the portable games that we had, you could never change them. They were the same stupid game over and over and over again. And the graphics were not, anything special. They were almost just like cutouts or like stickmen drawings with barely any animation. They barely resembled, they barely qualified as a video game. Not to mention that on YouTube it's kind of hard to record Game Boy games straight from the actual little Game Boy screen. It's pretty stupid and almost it's pretty gay. But there's a better way to do it, and I know how to do it. And that is with this. The Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo. You just plug your Game Boy games into it and you plug it into your Super Nintendo and you can play them on your big screen without that ridiculous Game Boy that was so dark you practically had to play it in direct sunlight even just to see anything on it. So let's break out the old Super Nintendo and give it a try. Our first Game Boy game is Zelda: A Link's Awakening, and it's the same as A Link to the Past almost. It plays just like it, that's what makes it so great. It also plays like Secret of Mana, but either way, it is an awesome classic title for the Game Boy that you must have for your collection. It's also a 1 million seller. That means it's sold 1 million units, probably even more so by now, but it's definitely on my #1 list. And now we've got Final Fantasy Legend 3, my favorite Final Fantasy for the normal Game Boy, and I think the last one that they ever made. But it's great. It plays like your typical Final Fantasy game, except that the battles are from the front. The enemies come at you from the front rather than from the side like traditional Final Fantasy game. Another great Game Boy classic and a must-own title. Wait a minute, that victory music sounds familiar. Okay, I don't believe this. This is the biggest fluke ever. I'm filming my portable video games video, and what do I find in my mail? But a brand new copy of Final Fantasy IV for DS, and I can't wait to try it out. Oh, yeah, that's genuine Nintendo, baby. Okay, this is one of the best remakes of any Final Fantasy that I have ever played. I already love it, and I'm only just in the Mist Cavern. They've added so much to the game, it's unbelievable. I thought it was just going to be another remake just with better graphics, but it's so much more than that. They have this whole map system on the bottom of the screen, and it's like a quest in itself. If you complete 100% of the entire map, you'll get rewards of treasure at the end, and that is just so cool. I'm also thankful that the music is faithful to the original SNES version, only just slightly tweaked a little bit, but still very enjoyable. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking this up. I think I paid only 13 bucks for it. You definitely want to get this game if you own a DS. Oh, so we're out of time again, too bad. But that was my Portable Systems episode. Hope you enjoyed watching that. Subscribe again if you like my videos. I've got many, many more videos coming out. I got lots and lots of ideas. So stay tuned for next episodes.